All right, guys, so we are here at Guild Wars 2. This is Colin with ArenaNet. Now, Colin, we're going to start with the whirlwind year that was the first year with Guild Wars 2. Fastest selling MMO of all time. How does that feel to you?
It is humbling and incredible. I think, when we set out 6 years ago to start making this game, I think all of us hoped that we would make something that we really love to play and something that our fans, from the original Guild Wars and hopefully beyond that would really enjoy. I don't think any of us ever envisioned that it would be quite this successful, and it's incredible that that's happened. It's something that, as we continue to look at where the game can go in the future and how many regions we haven't released the game in yet that we're going to take it to, I think the sky's the limit, and we're just kind of enjoying the ride at this point.
Just getting started. So it's not like you get a Guinness plaque and you're done. Like, we're done. We're good.
No. We launched and we were putting out updates every 4 weeks, and we decided that wasn't fast enough and people needed more content in our game. So we restructured our entire company. We took our tech team and rebuilt the way that we put out builds, the way that we work every day, so that we could put out updates every 2 weeks and constantly get new releases into our game. And that type of philosophy, I think, is what has made us successful. Is we don't say we've done good enough, let it go, let's sit back and enjoy it. It's how do we do better? How do we grow this? How do we make it something bigger than what it is today? And that thought process led us to getting updates out every 2 weeks, and it's going to drive us into the big plans that we have in the future that we'll talk more about down the road.
Kind of stole my next question. You guys are releasing content so fast. Do you ever think about what other game companies are like, oh, these guys can't keep doing that, like, you're making us look bad? Like, do you ever think of anyone else like, we're doing this too strong?
We don't have time to think about that. No, honestly, we're really just kind of focused on how can we provide the best possible experience to our customers that we can. And the way we look at it is if we charge no monthly fee, we provide an experience that doesn't require them to go spend crazy amounts on microtransactions all the time. They can just log in, enjoy our game, and every 2 weeks they can have a great time and have new experiences. That's really what matters to us. And what everybody else does, that's great for them, and we wish them all the best. Making an MMO is insane, and you're basically betting your entire company and the jobs and lives of everyone who works at your company when you do it. And so, I kind of feel bad that we're setting up that precedent to other people that you have to do an update every 2 weeks. But it works really well for us. And I think for everybody else, they should pick what works for them as a company, what works for their game, and do that. And we wish them the best, too.
So do you think some of the games coming up like WildStar or Elder Scrolls Online, do you think they're going to try to keep up with Guild Wars 2?
I have no idea. I can't even begin to guess. It was really interesting to see some of the other games pick to go back to the subscription model. And I think that a lot of people said the subscription model's dead. There's no way that's going to work. I don't think that was ever true. I think the key to the subscription model is you have to get so much back for what you're spending that it's worth spending the monthly fee on it. And I think the guys from WildStar have an amazing game coming. I'm really excited about the stuff that I've seen from what they've got coming on. And I think people will have a great experience there. And for our fans for Guild Wars 2, I would say that when you look around and see the different options out there, you can say Guild Wars 2 is going to give you a lot for free every 2 weeks, and you just have to make your choice what you want to play.
And in terms of future content, now you mentioned in the thing we just did, you guys have like months and months and months of stuff backed up for launches every 2 weeks. Like, how far ahead have you thought in your head for these updates, and how does it go from there?
Well, we're in the midst planning right now through December of next year. So I think you have to be pretty far ahead. Yeah. I think the other thing is you have to be flexible. So there are a lot of times where we make plans and we say, based on the player feedback, the things that we have coming are not what they're looking for. It's not the thing that they think is the right thing for the game. Let's table that. Let's put it aside. Let's come back to it, and let's work on this. That is the thing that our players really feel is the most important thing. So we lay out a schedule of where we want to go, but it's never written in stone. But it allows us to succeed because we're able to look ahead. We're able to say, these are the things that we have to be prepared for. These are the areas that we need to be innovating in. And we have a lot of teams working on stuff that isn't just things that come into the game every 2 weeks. We have a lot of big projects going on in the background. Some of them we've been working on for about a year that we haven't shared any information about yet. And you're going to hear a lot more about those in the next year as we continue to update the game regularly, and some of these big things that we've been cooking start to get out there too.
Right. I'm sure not everything's set in stone because you do have the players that can vote on things, and they're always changing the world. So it's not like you can be like, yeah, we do have the next 2 years of content, because in a month the players can pick some other direction, and that changes. I'm sure it doesn't change the whole thing you're going for, but it does change a little bit about the game.
Yeah, it definitely changes the concept. A couple months ago we did the big voting game where people could actually decide what one of our development teams were doing. And they knew the options that were available, but they really couldn't start working on any of it yet because they wanted to see what the players vote. And so the players voted, and our team is actively building that content right now that'll come out later this year. And that was really exciting for us. I think that's something that you don't really see across the industry, is letting your players not only pick be a part of defining what you're going to build, but letting them vote and going and building that thing. And I think that concept of player empowerment, letting them feel like they own the world, they're building it, that they're a big part of what we want to do, that's a big trend for where we want to take the game. And this concept of a living world, a world that evolves and changes around you, I think that world is only as impactful it feels like you own it, as it feels like you are building it, it feels like you're a part of it. And I think that the areas that we can innovate are limitless with the event system that we have right now to drive where our game goes. And that's a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing as we go forward.